shaping the way how Filipinos think about their finances. Mr. Melvin Esteban! Yeah!
Hey! Afternoon, everybody. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning!
Okay, so yung tinawagan ako ni Bing, sabi niya na may tatlong speakers daw ngayon sa Rise Up. Tapos sinabi niya sa akin si Francis Kong. Tapos pangalawa si Sanjay. Tapos ako yung pangatlo. Sabi ko, tapos ako may pinakahuli, di ba? Sabi ko, Bing, may galit ka ba sa akin? Okay. So, what I'm going to share with you is two major items. Number one, I'm going to share to you how to sell to the Chinese market. You know why? Because in the Philippines, pag sinabi mong affluent, most likely, karamihan doon are the Chinese market. So, I'm going to share to you how to tap the Chinese market. But second, what is more important is now that you know the market, paano nyo ba sila kakausapin? Paano nyo ba sila kakausapin? Okay, so what I'm also trying to attempt this afternoon, some of the learnings that you got from Sanjay. Galing na mga learnings natin kay Sanjay, right? Alam mo ba, sino kasama niya sa lunch? Ako. Hindi ako nakapag-lunch. Kasi tanong na lang ako ng tanong sa kanya. Right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to contextualize ano yung mga tinuro niya. How do you now apply that for the Philippine market? Okay ba yun, guys? Yeah! Okay. Meron akong first na tip sa inyo. Okay. How many percent should you set aside for retirement? Walang niya kayo. Kanina lang sinabi yun. Hindi na kayo sinabi ngayon na.
20!
Ilan? 20%, right? 20. Okay. Meron akong tip sa inyo. Sige. Role play tayo kunyari. Ako ngayon yung kliyente mo. Okay? Sabi mo sa akin, gusto ko gumawa ng retirement plan, correct? Sabi mo sa akin ngayon, ilang percent? 20. Question. 64 years old na ako ngayon. Kasya ba yung 20? Kulang, right? Pangalawa, 40 years old ako ngayon. Ilang percent? 20 pa rin, correct? Pero, kailangan ko pa magmadali? Hindi, kasi next year, 20% pa rin. Diba, 10 years from now, 20 pa rin, correct? So, hindi ko kailangan bumili ngayon. Okay, anong naging kulang doon? The sense of urgency, correct? Okay, may idadagdag ako sa sinabi ni Sanjay. Use this. By all means, I'm giving you this permission to use this. This is how I create a retirement plan. Mr. Client, if you're in your 20s, only do 5%. 5% ng income mo, iset aside mo. Kapag in your 30s ka ngayon, all you need to do is to set aside just 10%. Okay? If you're in your 40s, 20%. If you're in your 50s, 40% ng income mo, kailangan mo nang iset. Question. Does that create urgency?
Yes.
Right? So, if you're now young, it's better for you, is it okay if I go down? Abot naman yung mic mo. Is it, diba, if you're young, malaki ang matitipid mo kasi ngayon, 5% lang ang kailangan mo save. Correct? If you wait, magiging 10% yan. If you wait further, magiging 20 yan. Correct? Ako, sir, nasa 50s ka na, example lang, no? Nasa 50s ka na po, 40% na yan. Correct? That creates more urgency, correct? Now, question. Pag yung kausap mo, 60s na, dasal na ang kailangan niya. Okay, hindi na retirement lang. Okay? Memorial na po tayo, sir. Lumampas ka na doon sa retirement plan. Okay? Okay, so let's start. Paano mapandalin ko? Air. Okay, so why do you want to tap the Chinese market? Okay, meron din akong good news sa inyo. You know, I was listening to Sanjay, and he comes from a very affluent family. And I'm sure, habang nagkukwentuhan kami ni Jonas kanina, I'm sure isa yung pinaka-iniisip nyo kanina. Ano yun? Ano yun? I didn't come from an affluent family. I don't have that network. I don't have that starting point na yung family ko, mayaman, marami akong connection. Correct? Tama ba yung may iniisip nyo kanina? Okay. May good news po ko sa inyo. Ako, hindi ako dumaan sa mayaman. In fact, when I was young, our family was very poor. Alam niyo ba yung father ko? Ang father ko, ang trabaho niya nung binata siya, factory worker siya. Okay, factory worker siya, at nagsarado pa yung factory. Okay, to the point that we even have to go to the province to make sure that we survive. Right? Now, nag-aral ako sa probinsya, eventually, bumaba ako ng Manila pagdating ko ng college. Anong course ko? BS Math in Applied Physics. Yes, ganito ako sa buhay ko nun. Alright? BS Applied Math in Applied Physics. Guess what? Anong pinaka-challenge ko doon? Lahat ng classmate ko doon, scholar ng bayan. Wala na naman akong market doon. Correct? Okay, first job ko, Citibank. Alam niyo po ba magkano ang minimum deposit para maging kliyente ka ng Citibank? This was 32 years ago. 32 years ago. 4 million pesos. Madali ba hanapin yung taong yun? Napakahirap, right? Guess what? Hindi ko tinap yung friends and relatives ko. Hindi ko ginamit yun. Di ba yan ang madalas na ginagamit natin? Bakit ko hindi binentahan yung friends and relatives ko? Kasi, ito yung problem ko. Your credibility is carried by the credibility of your parents. Kung anong tingin nila sa magulang mo, yun ang tingin nila sa'yo. Tama ba? Guess what? My father was not affluent. So, ngayon, pupunta ako sa kliyente, sabihin ko sa kliyente, sabihin ko sa relative ko, papayamanin kita. Ano sagot sa akin? Diba? Tatay mo nga, hindi umaman eh, papayamanin mo ako. Tama ba, guys? O, nakaka-relate ba kayo sa mga kinikwento ko? Diba? Kasi pupuntahan niyo yung mayaman yung relative eh. Tapos, tatay mo nga, hindi umaman eh. Tama ba? Ano pa? Yung mga friends ko, bakit hindi ko mabentahan? Kasi sa totoo lang, 24 kaming classmates. Sa ranking, ako yung 24th. Ako yung 24th. Alam mo paano ako pumasa ng college? Matalas ang mata ko. Ngayon, mas babalikan ko sila. Tutulungan ko sila paano yumaman. Parang hirap, di ba guys? So you see, what I did is I started my career pure cold calling. Pure cold calling. Okay? The biggest policy that I sold in my career is 500 million premium. Okay? My 7 biggest policies are all 300 million and above. Okay? By the way, when I sold that 500 million, it only took me 15 minutes to sell. Tuturo ko lahat sa inyo yan. Okay? And yung 500 million na yun, I got that client from a cold call. Tulad kayo? See, I want to make sure that you understand and you appreciate. Even if you do not have the network now, you can. You can have an affluent network. And congratulations everybody in this room took that step to learn how to tap that. Okay? So, why tap the Chinese market? Oh, because it is the largest affluent in the Philippines. Alam niyo kung gaano karami ang may pera na $1 million sa Pilipinas? Gaano karami may $1 million sa tingin niyo? Ilan ang population natin? 140 million na yata tayo, tama? Okay? Okay. So, there's about 1% lang ng population natin may $1 million. 1% lang. 1%. But why is that 1% so important? Because that 1% controls 79% of the money in the Philippines. 79%. So you see, in the Philippines, hindi nga nag-work yung Pareto principle na 80-20. Sa Philippines, 1% of our population controls 80% of our wealth. Nakakagulat, di ba? And who's the largest segment of them all? It's the Chinese. Okay? The Chinese population is already aging. Okay? Right now, the number one topic that I always use if I sell to a Chinese person is estate planning and succession. Okay? Originally, that's my topic today. So, ang ginawa ko, no, dinagdagan ko lang how to sell to the Chinese, but I still insisted to be. I still want to share my version of estate planning. Right? Ano pa? Guess what? Aging financial advisors. Now, hindi ko sinasabi matatanda na kayo, ha? Okay, is there Chinese in the room? Any Chinese? Of course, si Jonas. Diba, sobrang konti, diba? Sobrang konti na nga. Pansinin nyo sa group, yung mga Chinese yun na agent, matatanda na. Except si Jonas. Tama? Ang problema sa industry natin, yung mga Chinese na agents, matatanda na. So yung new generation of Chinese clients, wala nang makausap na Chinese agent. So there's that big void, there's that big gap. Okay. Ito, ano pa problema? Dahil pakonti ng pakonti ang mga anak ng Chinese. Naalala ko yung lolo ko, ang anak nun 14. Kami magkakapatid, 4. Mga kapatid ko, may mga wala ng anak. So ano nagiging problema? Diba palagi nila sinasabi sa Chinese? Ang pinaka-default, yung mga anak, anong ginagawa? Magtatrabaho ngayon sa family business. Tama ba? So ang problema, wala na ngayong pumapasok sa insurance industry. So lalo nauubos yung next generation of financial advisors na Chinese. Okay? Rising disposable income. Okay. So, wife side ko, 3 sila magkakapatid. Ako lang ang may anak. So, 3 sila magkakapatid, ako lang may anak. Alam mo na ibig sabihin nun? Kahit wala na akong gawin, sigurado ko, mabubuhay na lahat ng anak ko. Bakit? Kasi lahat ng pera ng magulang ng wife ko, plus lahat ng excess na kikitain ng lahat ng kapatid ng wife ko, saan mapupunta lahat? Sa anak ko. Tama ba? So yun ang problema. So yung next generation of Chinese, tinatamad na. Okay? Okay, ano pa? Yung younger generation, hindi na masyadong pumunta na sa business. So, ang pinaka-question ko sa inyo ngayon, Melvin, naintindihan ko ang laki ng market ng Chinese. Ang question ko ngayon ay, do I have to be Chinese to sell to the Chinese market? I'm sure, yan ang pinaka-importante tinatanong nyo ngayon. Tama ba? What do you think is the answer? What do you think is the answer? Do you need to be Chinese to sell to the Chinese?
No.
Good. You don't need to be Chinese to sell to the Chinese. Now, ito yung problem. Sabi niyo sa akin, Melvin, bakit nung pumunta ako sa Chinese, hindi ako makabenta? Because your problem is not because you're not Chinese. Your problem is, you don't know how the Chinese think. So, ang pinaka-importante sa inyo, understand how they think, and you'll be able to tap that market. Okay, bigyan ko kayo ng isang test. Income minus expense equals savings. Tama, mali? Tama, mali? Income minus expense equals savings. Tama, mali? Mali? Okay. Ano dapat? Income minus savings equals expense. Tama ba yun, mali? Tama. May bad news ako sa inyo. The Chinese, mali pa rin yun. Mali pa rin yun. So pupunta ka sa client mo, Sir! Ay ma'am pala, ma'am! Wala? Income minus savings equals expense. Tatawanan ka naman. Alam mo bakit? The Chinese, income equals savings. Income equals savings. We do not ever define magkano dapat ang gagastusin namin. Ano yung problema sa formula? Income minus savings equal expense. So, ibig sabihin nun, kung may natira sa income mo pa, tinanggal mo na yung savings, may natira pa, kailangan ubusin mo. Bakit? Bakit mo kailangan ubusin yun? Diba? Busog na ako eh. Mag-order pa ako. Tama ba? So, you see, in the Chinese mindset, hindi nag-work yung formula na yun. Kasi sa Chinese, we have a very simple phrase. Alam mo kanya? Okay, sa Chinese ko kayo ha. Ingkai, tokay, tokay, ingkai, tokyu, tokyu. Okay. Ano yun? Hindi yung drugs ha. Kasi ano tokhang-tokhang yan ha? Okay, ingkai, tokay, tokay, ingkai, tokyu, tokyu. What you need to spend, you spend. What you need to spend, you spend. So wala kaming pakialam kung magkano yan. Basta kailangan namin bilhin yan, bibili namin. Sinasabi nila, naku, ako sa mga Chinese free food. Hindi po Chinese ang tama, Ilocano po yun. Okay? Tama ba? Alam niyo ba ang Chinese ang pinakagasosero sa lahat? Yes. Hindi nagtitipid ang Chinese. Okay. Chinese ka ba? Okay. Alam niyo ba sa Chinese, meron kaming isang sabaw. Sabaw. Ang tawag doon ay Buddha jump over the fence soup. Ang haba ng sabaw na yun, di ba? Okay, Buddha jump over the fence soup, di ba? So pagkatapos mo i-pronounce yung buong sabaw na yun, gutom ka na ulit sa haba. Alam niyo magkano gano'n sa Shangri-La? Sa Shangri-La, isang bowl noon, 17,000 pesos. Yes, 17,000 pesos. Anong laman nun? Lahat ng may isip yung mahal nilagay nila doon para lang masabing mahal doon. 17,000 pesos. Bakit nasa menu ng Shangri-La yun? Wala lang, trip lang? Kasi marami nag-order nun. Bakit binibili yun? Because what you need to spend, spend. Okay? The 7 largest policy that I sold, only one is not Chinese. Yung 300 million nila ba? All of that are Chinese. You know what's amazing there is the number 1, yung 500 million. The very first policy of that person is at 500 million. Nakakatawa, sa best na siya bumili, kung time na buhay siya, never siya bumili ng insurance, bumili lang siya, sa beses lang, 500 million pa yung pay. Eh? Bakit? Kasi alam ko kung ano yung kiliti niya. Right? Now, of course, if you're Chinese, you can sell to the Chinese kasi you know how they think. But doesn't stop. You're not Chinese. Right? Okay. So who are they? So there are about 2 to 2.5 million of them in the Philippines. That's about 1.8%. Hindi ganun marami. 1.8%. But Nasaan sila? Ang pinakamaganda sa kanila, they're very concentrated on just very few areas. So Metro Manila and sa province, the major cities like Cebu, Davao, and so on. Now, I would expect majority of you here are Manila-based. So let's start first with Manila. So in Manila, ang pinaka-center ng Chinese is obviously in Binondo. Okay? Ngayon nga, dami ko na nakikita mga Pinoy, pupunta ng Binondo, picture-picture, Okay, so it's based in Binondo. In the past, lahat yan nandyan na sila. Pero ngayon, ano nangyari? Binondo now is just where they do business. So dati, nakatira sa Binondo sila, pero ngayon hindi na. Nasaan sila nakatira? Sa Green Hills? Okay, sa Quezon City, sa Valenzuela, sa Caloocan, sa Malabon, so those places. Now, tingnan nyo to. Depende kung saan nakatira yung kliyente ninyo. Alam nyo na kagad, sino dyan ang matagal ng mayaman or bago lang mayaman. Okay, sino ang matagal ng mayaman? Kung nakatira sa, wala pa tong laser pointer, kung nakatira sa Green Hills. Basta, ang address niyan, Green Hills. Okay, sigurado kang mayaman na yon. Today, ang isang lupa sa Green Hills would easily cost $500 million pesos. So the moment dyan siya nakatira, alam mo na kagad mayaman na. Now, from Green Hills, akin pa rin ako para makita niyo yung description ko kasi sabihin ko tulad, di ako makita. From Green Hills, isipin nyo ngayon, paano sila nagmamigrate out. So ito yung Green Hills. Alam niyo nga saan yung Green Hills, di ba? O, pagdating ng Christmas, nandun kayo lahat eh. Ano? So pagdating mo sa Green Hills, pag bumaba ka, New Manila yun. Ha? Pag akyat mo, nandiyan na yung Valle Verde, Acropolis, etc. etc. So palagi nyo isipin, simula ka sa Green Hills, pag bumaba ka ngayon ng New Manila, yan na yung dumarating yung mga tinatawag na second, third generation ng Chinese. So nangyari dyan, yung mga nakatira sa Green Hills, yung mga anak nila, nakatira ngayon sa New Manila, or nakatira sa Corinthian, nakatira sa Acropolis, and so on and so forth. So naiintindihan nyo, para siyang sun, no? Panawag ng kayo. Okay? Kung yung kausap nyo, taga Caloocan, Valenzuela, Malabon, okay, yan yung tinatawag natin na mas conservative na Chinese. Usapan din natin. So, iba din ang treatment mo dyan. Okay? Okay, so sa Philippines, karamihan ng Chinese, ang dialect nila is Hokkien. Hokkien. So, sobrang konti lang ng Cantonese. Yung Cantonese, ito yung mga Hong Kong. Okay? Iba ang Chinese sa Pilipinas versus Chinese sa China. Hindi pareho. Ang advantage, however, yung karamihan ng Chinese sa Pilipinas, pareho sa Taiwan, pareho sa Singapore, pareho sa Thailand, gano'n. Kasi lahat sila Hokkien-ese. Okay? Now, what does Rustan's, White Castle Whiskey, and San Miguel Corporation all have in common? What do they all have in common?
Serving only the finest.
Ha? Naiinom ba yung Rustan's? Starbucks? Okay. Nga, no? Galing mo naman, nabigit mo pa rin, no? Oh, what do they three have in common? Ano, Tai Chi? All by China. Akala mo nagpa-Tai Chi silang lahat. Okay. Sino may-ari ng Rustan's? Ha? Sino may-ari ng Rustan's? Tama! Tantoko. Sino may-ari ng White Castle Whiskey? Timtuaco. Sino may-ari ng San Miguel? Huangco. So, hindi lang sila Chinese. Kapag sino yung pangalan nila? May ko sa dulo.
Opo.
So the moment na yung kausap mo, may ko sa dulo, yung pangalan niya, alam mo na kagad, mayaman. Yes, bakit? Yung ko sa huli, ibig sabihin nun doon. Doon. So for example, Limwako. So yung Lim yung apelyido ng lalaki, Wa yung apelyido ng babae, and Ko signifies na itong family na to, ayan. So Don, Lim, Wa. Ibig sabihin. Okay? So sa pangalan pa lang, alam mo na, kung yung kausap mo, mayaman ba? Okay? Ibig paano kung ang pangalan Atoy ko? Mayaman ba? Hindi, apelyido lang niya yun. Okay, dapat it has to be in 3 syllable. Okay? So ang mga Chinese, the way we design our name is last name palagi and generation and yung tunay na pangalan namin. Okay? Now, halos lahat ng Chinese, meron din Western name. So like ako, ang pangalan ko, Melvin Esteban. Okay, so huwag niyo isipin, porque Melvin Esteban ako, akala niyo hindi ako Chinese, hindi. They just westernized me. Okay? Now, alam niyo ba Chinese lahat to? Huazon, Lizon, Sason, Sison, Gozon, Lakson. These are all Chinese. Talaga? Yes. Huazon means the first child. Lizon means the second child. Samson means the third child. Sison means the fourth child. Gozon means the fifth child. And Lakson means the sixth child. Okay? So, akala mo hindi Chinese siya, but they're all Chinese at the same. Okay? So, why do we carry a Filipino name? Because of practicality. During the olden times, you cannot set up a business if you're Chinese. So, marami kayo makikilala ng Chinese, ang pangalan niya, Filipino name, because before, they bought a personality of a person. Doon yung pinaka-reason. Okay? Now, in terms of language, yung first generation, sobrang, ano yan, sinasabi natin, Gen 1 na Chinese yan. Yan, ang problem mo dyan, you'll have a very difficult time talking to them. Kasi mahirap, hindi sila marunong mag-Filipino, hindi sila marunong mag-English. So that's not your target market yet. Ang target market mo is the second generation and the third generation. Wherein yung language barrier mo is already way lower, so therefore you can converse with them. Okay? Okay, so these are the 3 most important values of a Chinese. The first one is high respect for elders. Bakit napaka-importante nito? Kasi para malaman ninyo sino dapat ang kinakausap ninyo. Okay? So almost always, lahat ng Chinese families, the patriarch, si lolo at si lola, most likely still controls the business. Okay? Yung second, papasok lang yan pag disabled na yung first, pag talaga sobrang tanda. Yung third, very limited yung control niya sa business, and sa totoo lang, very limited yung pera niya. You go to a Chinese na bata, wala pang pera yun. I'm sorry to say that. Okay? Alam niyo ba yung wife ko, ang sweldo niya sa family business is minimum wage. Minimum wage. Bakit? Kasi sa Chinese family, ang mindset is, ang sweldo mo is not dependent kung magkano yung dinideserve mo. Sa Chinese, ang sweldo mo is based on what you need. Alam mo, kailan nagkaroon ng salary increase yung wife ko? Nung nag-asawa kami. At pag every time nagkakanak kami, may salary increase siya. Di ba nakakatawa, di ba? So, nung pinanganak yung pangalawa ko, yes, may salary increase na naman ulit. So, kaya ang problema mo, if you're tapping the third generation only, mahirapan ka mag-business. Mahirapan ka makabenta ng malaki. So, nasa na sweet spot, guys? Ang sweet spot ay nasa gitna. Ang target market nyo ay yung parents ng bata. Yun ang may pera, yun ngayon ang nagpo-control na. Clear? Ang question ngayon dito is, paano ko bibentahan itong generation na to? Ang kilala ko yung bata. Tama? Okay. So in the world of prospecting, ito palagi yung sinasabi natin, sino ang prospect mo? Paano mo malalaman kung qualified yung prospect mo? Okay, unang-una dapat may access ka sa kanya, correct? Pangalawa, may opportunity siya, meron siyang need ng product mo, correct? Okay, ano yung pangatlo? Dapat decision maker siya, correct? Ano yung pang-apat? Dapat may pera siya. Tama? Problem. Gusto mong bentahan yung parent. Ang access mo nasa anak niya. Yung third generation. Okay, tingnan nyo ngayon to. Sino dito may, hindi ko, wala naman may apo dito. Sino dito may anak at nagmamall kayo kasama niyo yung parents niyo? Parents niyo, kasama ka, kasama yung anak niyo. Correct? Papasok kayo ngayon sa mall. For sure, dadaan kayo sa toy shop. Paglabas nung lolo mo, nung lolo, tsaka ng apo, anong hawak-hawak ng bata?
Laruan.
Laruan, correct? Question. Paano nakabenta ng laruan? Sino ang may need? Yung bata, correct? Sino may pera? Yung lolo-lola, correct? So you see, in that scenario, you don't need you don't need the decision maker always. In that scenario, how did that child become my prospect? He is what we call as the amplifier. Amplifier. So, pag meron kayong mga ganong situation, kausap nyo ngayon yung bata, hindi nyo ngayon pinipilit na bumili ka ng insurance, kawawa ka naman, etc. etc. Ang positioning mo ganito, tutulungan mo sila, kausapin yung magulang nila, para i-convince yung magulang nila, para bilhan sila ng insurance. So, ganun ang dapat na strategy ninyo. Okay? So, hindi lang sila kino-convince nyo, tinuturuan nyo sila, paano kausapin yung parents. Okay? That's why I insist that I will talk to you about estate planning later. Lahat ng sinasabi ko dito will apply that later. Okay? Okay. So, ganun din sa control of wealth. Very similar. Okay. Planning for the future. Okay. Bakit magaling sa matang Chinese? Magaling ba sa matang Chinese? Di ba may Chinese dito, di ba? Magaling ba siya sa math talaga? Bakit sabihin niyo magaling sa matang Chinese? Ha? Dahil sa business, no? Bata pa lang, may negosyo na. So bagay, guys, you know what? The first time I had my first business, I was 7 years old. Yes. Ibenta ko na siya po. Biro lang. Baka bumili kayo sa akin mamaya. Okay? You know why? Because ang Chinese, what a lot of people do not know, hindi kami magaling sa Chinese, but rather, sa school namin, dalawa ang Chinese namin. So, meron kaming Chinese for the English class, and meron kaming Chinese for the Chinese. Meron kaming math for the Chinese class. So, dalawa ang Chinese namin. And yung Chinese namin sa Chinese class is way more advanced than the one in the English. So, kaya akala mo magaling kami sa math. Wala, hindi. Mas marami lang kami subject. Okay? Now, first generation, karamihan ng first generation didn't even attend college. Okay? So, if I want to top the first generation, okay, hindi ka pwede magsalita doon na sobrang bibigyan mo siya ng napaka-highfalutin ng mga terms. Okay? May inis lang yun sa inyo. Okay? Second generation, they've already attended schools, even universities. The third generation, yan, advance na, may mga doctorate pa. Okay? Okay. Kanina, kung sinasabi ko sa inyo, saan siya nakatira, kabala ko kasi, kita ko gusto niya mag-picture. Yan, parang hindi ako nakastore ko sa screen niya. Kanina sinabi ko, saan nga ulit yung mga mayaman? Saan nakatira? In hills. Guess what? Ayun, yung mga kaibigan nyo, malalaman mo rin kung mayaman siya o hindi. Saan siya nakatira? Okay? Kung nag-aral siya sa, ayun, kung naisip yun. Pag nag-aral siya sa Xavier tsaka Ika, ay, mayaman na. Tama yan, okay? Kapag nag-aral ka sa Jubilee yan na hindi Jollibee, ha? Okay, palagi ako pinapagalitan ng asawa ko kasi nag-aral siya sa Jollibee, sa Jollibee. Okay, pag sa Jollibee, Hope, Makati Hope, Grace, St. Peter, ano yan? Middle class na Chinese yan. Pag nag-aral ka sa St. Stephen, Chonghua, Philippine Cultural, Uno, PI, St. Jude, Sakya, Chiang Kai-shek, okay, may problema tayo dyan. Yan yung mga very traditional Chinese. So yan yung mga typical na hanggang ngayon, feeling pa rin nila, ayaw nila pag-usapan ng insurance kasi feeling nila about death pa rin yun. Okay? So kapag yan ang kausap mo, huwag ka nang pumunta doon magbenta ng kawawa ka naman pag namatay ka, gano'n. Okay? Magsusuntukan lang kayo noon after. Okay? So, ito yung pinag-usapan natin ng presidents kanina. In dressing up, huwag na kayo magkalala, di nang gusto yung traditional. You just wear normal clothing, you will be fine. Now, a little secret though, please do not overdress. Di ba alam ko yung typical na suot ng bro, di ba? Naka-coat kayo na black, tapos naka-necktie kayo na red doon, correct? Please, when you go to a Chinese, do not wear that. Okay? Baka akala waiter kayo. Deliver lang. Okay? Do not wear that because you cannot overdress as well. Okay, ito lang yung simplest tip ko. Just wear a polo shirt. Polo shirt. You know what you do? In your own branches, in your own district, paggawa kayo ng polo shirt, very simple. Blue life, and then your district or your branch, and then you can even put your name, and it doesn't even need, kung wala, okay lang mo. That's all you need. And then, yes, in a nice jacket. Bakit? Kasi may mga Chinese na dress well also. So kung ganon, get your jacket, suotin mo. Other than that, you don't need to even wear a jacket. A nice polo shirt, you'll already be fine. Okay? Okay, building wealth and honing legacy. Now, let's talk about how the Chinese look at money. Okay? So, bakit karamihan ng Chinese negosyante? Bakit ngayon na sa culture nyo? Di ba napasin nyo karamihan ng Chinese negosyante? In fact, as young as I can remember, ang pinaka-inculcation na sa akin ng parents ko, kailangan negosyante ka. You cannot work for a company. Kasi sila lang daw ang papayamanin ko. Palaging ganun ang mindset sa amin. So, bata pa lang kami, ang mindset na palagi sa amin, pag negosyo ka, magnegosyo ka, magnegosyo. But the truth there is, the reason why a lot of Chinese are businessmen, because Chinese are poor in communication. No? Bihirang-bihira ka makakita, Chinese sobrang galing magsalita. Di ba? Karamihan, mga Western, mga Pinoy magaling magsalita, di ba? But Chinese cannot. Hirap sila. Because in our culture, hindi kami sanay o hindi kami sinanay magsalita sa public. Okay? So what does that mean? Now that you know that, when you talk to them, make sure you talk to them in very simplified. Okay, pag pupunta ka doon sir, pag may insured ka ngayon, may cash value kang pinag-uusapan, I promise you mag-stay sa 2,000. Okay, how do you now convert that in simple language? Okay, later, when we go to estate planning, I'll teach you all. Okay? Okay. In the world of Chinese, there's one word that will rule them all. Itong pinaka-importanting language, pinaka-importanting word sa Chinese culture. If you want to deal with the Chinese, you need to know what Guangxi is. Yan ang pinaka-importanting ingredient if you want to top the Chinese. What is Guangxi? Guangxi is connection with mutual obligation, goodwill and personal affection, with emphasis on family and shared experience. Panlalim, di ba? Huwag niyo na problemahin yan. Okay? Ito na talagang Guangxi. Just 3 things. Number 1, dependability, trustworthy, and respect. Yung tatlo ang palaging hahanapin sa inyo ng kausap. Okay? Dependability. Are you dependable? Question. Are you dependable? Okay. Sino dito part-timer? How can I depend on you? Tama ba? How can I depend on you? When half of your life, you're not talking to me. Half of your life, you're not focusing on me. Tama ba? Oh, tatoy nga. Sino dito part-timer? Ayaw na magtaas ang naman. And I always say this. If you want to sell me, go full-time. Sincerely, I promise you, that is the best thing that you will do to yourself. And in fact, it's the fairest thing that you can do for yourself. Go full-time. You know why? Pag part-time ka, at hindi ka nag-succeed, kasabihin mo sa sarili mo, see, buti na lang, part-time lang ako, hindi ako nag-succeed. Mabuti na lang, meron pa rin ako ng pamilya. But what you didn't realize is that the very reason why you failed is because you didn't go full-time. Okay? Now, if you go to full-time, ayan, palakpak dyan, palakpak. Now, if you go to full-time and hindi ka nag-succeed, at least you can easily say that you did it. Correct? Now, this is always the analogy that I always use. Why I keep on telling people to go full-time. Pumunta ka sa doktor, magpapagamot ka. Habang nandun ka ngayon sa table na nagpapagamot, bigla sabi ng doktor siya, sandali lang nga, may order ako ng Usana eh. Alam niyo yung Usana, di ba? Sandali, may order ako Usana, sandali. Guys, kung kayo yung pasyente, at bigla na lang sinabi ng doktor na may order siya sa Usana, sandali lang, anong gagawin niyo? Sigurado kung tatayo kayo, lalabas na kayo, correct? Isa lang ibig sabihin nun eh. This doctor must be doing so bad that he needs another source of income. Tama ba?
Yes.
Is that you? No, right? This job is a full-time job for me, and this job, I earn more than what I need. That's the message that you want to say. Okay? Balik rin natin. Ikaw yung mayaman. Will you trust someone who in her eyes, part-time ka lang? Will you trust that person? No, right? So balikan natin. Dependability, trustworthy, respect. You want to tap the Chinese market, you need to go full-time. I'm sorry. Okay? Okay. O, ito yung mas madaling definition. What is Guanzi? Sinasabi lang ng Guanzi, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. The friend of my friend is my friend. Yun lang. Okay? Simple lang, di ba? Okay, so how do you build Guanzi? Okay, so when you look at a typical Chinese family, sa kanila, pag tinignan mo yung Western and Chinese, sa Chinese, it's all relationship. In the Western mindset, it's always transactional. Okay? Sa Chinese, there's no distinction between the business and the family. It's all one. Okay? So, may isang client sa'yo, sinabi sa'yo, pinuntahan mo siya, sabi mo sa kanya, oh, sir, sabi sa'yo ng client, I'd rather put my money in the business. Tama ba? I'd rather put my money in the business. Ano sagot nyo? Oh, kung maganda yung sagot nyo, bibili ako ng insurance sa inyo. Okay, I'd rather put my money in the business. Okay, turo mo sinong kasagot. Kung volunteer. Volunteer mo sino? Oh, I'd rather put... Nakukuha niyo ba yung objection na yun? Ay, bakit wala sumasagot sa inyo? Anong ginawa niyo? Nakatungangan na lang kayo nung tinanong sa inyo yun? Ganun na. Sir, sandali. Wala pa po yung training namin kay Melvin eh. Pwede pa balikan na lang namin kayo. O, ano sagot niyo? Ano sagot mo, ma'am? I'd rather put my money in the business. Ano? Sure? Sure po. Thank you. Nice to meet you. I love you. Sana mamatay ka na para ma-realize mo yung importance ng insurance. Tama? Tama? Wala ka ng benta. Taas pa ng plate niyo. O ano pa? Ano sabi sa text? Mahal ka raw niya. Mahal ka niya, please. Okay? Ano yung madalas na gagawin niyo? Sasabihin niyo ganito. Sabihin sa akin ko totoo hindi. Ay, sir, ang business po, delikado yan. Diba? Pwede kang kumita dyan, pero pwede ka rin malugi. Tama ba? Bad news. Pag yan ang sinabi mo, tapos na boxing dyan. Bakit? Kasi sa Chinese, ang negosyo at individual is just the same. When you attack the business, you attack yung kausap mo. Ang pinuput down mo, yung kausap mo. Walang distinction sa Chinese ang business. Okay? So guess what? Pag yan ang sinabi mo, next thing you know, magugulat ka na lang, nasa labas ka na ng bahay. Hila ka na niya pala. Okay, now, tanong ko nga kayo, gusto niyo bang turo ko sa inyo paano sagutin yan? Yes! Okay, very good. Mr. Client, of course, your business will always do better than whatever it is that I'm going to offer you. Bakit? Diba? In terms of growing your wealth, there's no better way than put your money in the business. Guess what? So far, kung ikaw yung client, did you feel threatened?
No.
No, right? Okay, next, sabihin ko ganito. Mr. Client, you have money in the bank. And this is what I'm sure of. Yung pera mo sa bangko will not earn as much as in the business. Correct? So, my only point here, Mr. Client, is I don't know what your reason is. Why you still have money in the bank? But my point here is, I just want to give you more opportunities than just putting your money in the bank. Kanya? Question. Did I attack the business?
No.
Huh? What did I do? Instead of comparing my product to the business, I compared my product dun sa nilagay niya sa bangko. Tama? What did I do there? We look for a new comparison. We didn't use that. How do you like that, guys? Nice? Right? By the way, lahat ng mga objections nyo, tanungin nyo lang sa akin mamaya, ha? Hindi ko lang alam kung kakasya yung 4 hours ko today. Tumatingin sa akin yung level. Okay? But I'll be here until tonight. If you have any question, just feel free to approach me. Okay, 1Z, relationship offers result in favors that are expected to be returned. Okay, ano yung sabihin nun? The Chinese, sobrang importante sa amin ang gift giving. Okay? Sa Chinese, sobrang importante nung tinatawag na reciprocity. Now, I know that's very universal, but that's very heavy in the Chinese culture. Every time I visit someone, I make sure that I bring something. Palagi yun. Okay, I'll give you some tips. When you give out something, especially for the Chinese, make it exaggerated. What do you mean exaggerated? I'll give you a very good example. Yung, ano ba tawag yung Halloween. Yung Halloween. Di ba may trick or treat? Okay. So medyo matagal pa siya, but I want to share this already para pag malapit na doon, you can prepare for this already. Okay, one of the most effective tool that I use. Okay, pumili kayo ng pumpkin. Alam niyo yung pumpkin, di ba? Yung plastic na pumpkin. Okay. Punuin niyo yun. Punuin niyo ng candy, ng whatever. Importante, ang itsura dapat punong-puno. Di na bali mura lahat ng laman, puro joke na, ala kayo. Basta importante, dapat mukhang punong-puno. Okay? Do this. Just before, mag-usap kayo. So, papunta ka na sa kliyente. Pagdating mo sa kliyente, kaya ikaw yung kliyente ko, pagdating ko doon, hindi mo na masasabi ng anything, sasabihin ko muna, by the way, nasa na yung mga anak mo because I have their treat already or treat. Wala pa ako sinasabi. Promise you, yung buong conversation after will be very different. Okay? So, why? Because that's how we operate in Guangxi. Okay? Okay. When you talk about gift, you also don't talk about just physical gift. Regalo ng candy and so on and so forth. Very crucial din sa Chinese is referrals. Okay? In fact, right now, I'm managing 30 families. 30 families only. And you know what I do? Yung 30 families na yon, iniintindi ko ano yung mga negosyo nila. And iniisip ko, yung negosyo nito, sino kaya doon sa 30 families ko na binamanage o be-benefit doon. So meron akong isang client, very new. China, mga China man. Talagang hindi Chinese-Filipino, talagang Chinese na galing sa China. Alam mo kung anong negosyo nila? Yung tubig ko, wala. Yung negosyo nila is solar panel. Ay, thank you. Sip mo naman. Ang negosyo nila solar panel. Alam niyo ba yung solar panel? Paano niya binibenta? So, kukumpinin niya magkano yung kuryente mo every month. So, kuryente mo every month, 100,000. Siya ang magkakabit ng solar panel sa iyo for free. Babayaran mo lang yung kuryente mo sa kanya for the next years. After nun, sa kanya na yung sa yung solar panel. Ang galing, di ba? Guess what? Tatlong kliyente ko lang sign up sa kanya. So lahat ng binabayad sa akin ng isang kliyente ko, bawing-bawi na sila. So that's Guangxi. Guess what? Sobrang tuwa ng client ko sa akin. Tatlo ni-refer kong client ko eh. Gusto niya ako bigyan ng komisyon. Hiningi ko ba? Kinuha ko ba? Hindi. Sabi ko sa kanya, thank you. But I didn't receive it. Sabi ko, in return, if you really appreciated what I did, what I'm requesting is, if you can refer me to your code. Guess what? I have 2 new more clients. Kasi sabihin sa akin, 2 clients, ang konti naman. Okay, just to give you an idea, the lowest client that I have is 40 million pesos. Okay? My largest is 1.7 billion pesos. Yung bagong papasok sa akin, ang pera niya, o ganito na lang, para may idea kayo. So, yung bagong kausap ko, habang nag-uusap kami, meron akong ginawa para sa kanya. Yung simulang usapan namin, ang pinag-usapan namin is 50 million pesos. Okay? Papasok niya yung pera niya doon. In 3 hours after, sabi niya, bago isip niya, naging 2.14 billion pesos. Ganun kalalaki yung mga clients. That's why, kahit na konti, pasok ka na. You don't need to have a lot of clients. You just need to make sure you have the right people. Okay? Okay. So how do you strengthen Guangxi? Do favors. Pag-usapan natin yan. What else? Easy, make introductions. Ito yung sinabi ko rin sa inyo. Okay. Know who's who. Even if ang kausap mo yung 3rd generation, even ang magbabayad yung 2nd generation, always give respect to the eldest in the room. Kahit hindi nagsasalita yun, go to him, at the very least, give your respect. Okay? What else? Paying compliments. Alam mo, ang pinaka-favorite namin sa Chinese sa paying compliments? Ano ba yun? Ang ganda ng tenga mo, malaki, di ba? Weird na parang, kasi pag malaki tenga, hindi chismosa, ha? Okay, maswerte daw supposed to be yun. Ang mga ganun, mga medyo weird na quirks. Okay? Play sports with them. Okay, question. Gusto mo maka-top ng affluent, ano maganda sports? Sige, sinabi na nga ba eh. Sabihin niyo sa akin, golf. I'm sorry. Ang Chinese, out of 100, baka wala pang isa na po-golf. Okay? So, you want to top the Chinese market, you play sports, you're better off playing badminton. Badminton, okay? So, in fact, we did a study noong 2023, we even reconfirmed that the affluent, not even the top 3, pumasok in golf. But by far, the number 1 is badminton. Remember the 500 million that I got? I met him playing badminton. Manila Polo nga lang. Okay? Okay? Okay. Invite them to your home. The moment that yung client mo, in-invite ka na nila sa bahay nila, tapos na boxing dyan. Ibig sabihin nun, you have gained their trust. So you know, one of the best strategy, invite them also to your home. Ayaw nila restaurant. Gusto nila bahay. Invite mo na sila sa bahay, later on, feeling na nila, close na kayo. Then, he will start inviting you to their home. Okay? Okay. Always accept invitations. Sa mga rep, accept invitations. Okay? Now, gift giving, pinag-usapan na natin yan. Okay, drinking together. Naku, bigla nakita ko yung smile nito. Oh, grabe. Okay, but in Chinese, when we drink, we don't drink beer. We don't also drink wine. Most of the time, we drink hard liquor. Hard liquor. Whiskey, okay? Okay. Okay, what's the definition of good debt and bad debt sa China? Sa Western, ang bad debt is hindi na binayaran. The Chinese, pag sinabi mong bad debt, ito yung utang that does not make money. So, you see, ang Chinese, malakas umutang yan. In fact, pag isang client, sinabihan kang, ako, I'd rather put my money in the business, I will already promise you, that's not an affluent Chinese. The affluent Chinese, yung pera nila sa negosyo, inutang nila. Hindi nila ginagamit ever yung sarili nilang pera. Lahat ng Chinese na mayaman, ang negosyo nila, inuutang nila yung buo. That's the definition of good debt. So you see, umuutang ang Chinese, but they will only borrow if the purpose to make more money. Right? Between rent and buy, ano sa tingin nyo? Ang Chinese, masusunod nila mag-rent o bumili ng bahay? Okay, most of the time, rent. Rent. Bakit? If they rent, they maximize their money. They maximize their liquidity. Now, does that mean that Chinese do not buy house? They do. They will only buy if they have very excess money already. So, nakita nyo? House is a very good indicator for Chinese. Because in most scenarios, pag ang Chinese bumili ng property, hindi inutang yon. Okay? Okay. Are the Chinese conservative? No. In fact, Chinese are gamblers. Alam nyo ba yung inopen yung Macau? Yung inopen yung Macau, wala pang 5 years, sinalo niya ng buong Las Vegas. Because Chinese are gamblers. Okay? But, may caveat ako dyan. The Chinese, ang tingin niya sa negosyo niya, hindi gambling. Okay? In fact, para sa Chinese, ang negosyo niya is the most conservative investment. So, ulit, do not attack the business. Eh bakit ko kinikwento sa inyo to? Kasi, huwag nyo rin silang i-offer ng equities. Yan ang favorite natin, di ba? Mr. Client, if you go to equities, di ba? Just stay there long term and you'll make money, correct? I'm sorry. Kapag Chinese ang kausap mo, do not offer equities.